Russell Garrity is a graduate of Penn State Du Bois. He's been looking for a way to continue his collegiate basketball career while finishing up his education. Bournemouth University, located in Poole, England, is giving Garrity just that opportunity.
Not a lot of people get an opportunity to not only expand their education but also to do it while play basketball, which for me is like the thing I love most in this world. So being able to travel internationally, earn my master's degree in a year, and play ball, it doesn't get better than that for me.
Garrity's college career was not an easy one. He bounced around from Penn State Barron to Penn State Shenango to Penn State Du Bois and now finally to Bournemouth University. His determination and will to succeed is what keeps him going, according to Garrity's former high school rival, Dante Williams.
Determination because he just keeps going, no matter what the obstacle or what's in the way. He keeps pushing forward and he keeps pursuing what he wants, and he doesn't stop until he gets to where he wants.
Williams believes the sky is the limit for Garrity's potential. He believes that Garrity can succeed at the next level.
Success, he's grown so much as a person, as a basketball player, just in the past 5 years that I've known him. So I just know that with more time, he's just going to be doing great things.
Garrity is thankful for the opportunity he has been given by Bournemouth. He thanks everyone who has helped him get this far.
My high school coach, Mike Coletta, he pushed me when not a lot of people were in my corner. So, I really thank him a lot. He did a lot for me that he didn't have to do. My family, my mom and my dad definitely believed in me since day one.
Garrity hopes to be an inspiration to local kids in the area one day and show that they can play professional sports if they put in the work. Reporting in Erie County, I'm Jake Wetzel.
Back here at the BJC, Jake Wetzel with Trevor Grady. Penn State leads Minnesota 67-59 with 7 minutes and 19 seconds left. What's different? What are you seeing that you're liking from each team right now?
We talked about how last game Oturu and Carr combined for 53 of their points, and Carr only had 2 in the first half. Well, he really turned things around here in the second half, and it's just got this Minnesota team believing in their offense and believing in their team. He now has 20 points in this game, and just completely turned things around.
Carr goes for his first free throw, and off the back of the rim, no good. Carr goes for his second free throw, also off the back of the rim, no good. Penn State 67, Minnesota 59, 7:07 in the second half. Oturu now has it in the post for Minnesota on the left block. He goes up and powers his way up for 2 hard points over Stevens and Har. Penn State 67, Minnesota 61, 6 minutes and 50 seconds in the second half.
Oturu looking a lot stronger inside in the second half.
Lundy driving right. Pulls it behind his back, gives it to Wheeler. Wheeler drives left, bounce pass to Stevens. Stevens goes up for the slam, a wide-open slam for Lamar Stevens. Penn State 69, Minnesota 61, 6:33 left in the second half.
He saw that paint open like the blue sea here at the BJC, and he threw that one down.
Williams with the ball right now from Minnesota finds Oturu at the top of the key. Hand off to Carr. Carr double-teamed by Har and Wheeler. Looks, finds Cashelier, who's seen his first action since the 15-minute mark, who hits Oturu on the right wing. Oturu pull-up jumper right over Stevens and knocks it down. Penn State 69, Minnesota 63, 6:05 in the second half.
Tell you what, Jake, we're getting treated with a good basketball game here. These teams are going back and forth, hitting some big shots.
Does not seem like a lot of defenses being played.
Nope.
Brockington on the right wing gets a screen, looking for Stevens. Finds Stevens at the top of the key, guarded by Oturu. Stevens' pass is deflected out of bounds by Gabe Cashelier of Minnesota. It'll be Penn State ball. That was a risky pass by Stevens there.
Yeah, it certainly was. Good defense by the Gophers to get a hand in the passing lane.
Stevens to inbound the ball for Penn State. He finds Lundy with 5 minutes left, 10 on the shot clock. Stevens with the ball at the top of the key, receives 2 screens. Guarded by DeLear. Pump fake, gets DeLear in the air, shoots under him. Off the back of the rim. Rebound to Marcus Carr of Minnesota. Carr pushing the ball, finds DeLear streaking, and DeLear goes up for the two-handed slam. Penn State 69, Minnesota 65, 5:25 in the second.
Just like that, Penn State's lead cut down to 4.
Rockington drives left, gets trapped by Carr, finds Wheeler in the left wing. Now Wheeler drives, pulls it back out to the top of the key, looking for a screen from Har, and he drives right. Wheeler goes up and finishes the layup. Penn State 71, Minnesota 65, 5 minutes left in the second half.
Big time bucket there from the defensive-minded Jamari Wheeler. Took the ball down the right side of the lane with a great scoop layup.
Carr with the ball hits Delir at the top of the key, who hits Cashelier for the 3, and his 3 goes in, and it drops for Gabe Cashelier. Penn State 71, Minnesota 68. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second half. Timeout, Minnesota.
Gabe Cashelier leads the Big Ten in total threes made this season and threes per game. And he hit one right before he picked up his 4th foul with 15 minutes to go. And here's another big one for him and the Gophers to cut it to 3.
Do you think if Cashelier does not pick up that 4th foul, do you think this game is different right now?
Certainly could, but also when he picked up the foul was kind of when Penn State extended that lead up into the 18-19 range. But now that he's back in the game, playing with 4 fouls, he's certainly a valuable piece to this Minnesota offense.
And we are going to actually not take it to break because it was a quick 30-second timeout there by Minnesota as the players return to the court. What do you think Penn State needs to do now to stop this Minnesota run?
When Penn State was at their best in this game, they were kind of feeding off of each other's energy, not forcing anything on the offensive side of the ball, kind of getting out in transition. They need to get back to that more here.
Wheeler with the ball for Penn State, hits Har at the top of the key, hits Wheeler on the right wing, finds Stevens on the right block. Stevens posting up Oturu, drives baseline, comes out, goes up, shot blocked by Oturu, rebound, and a foul on Lamar Stevens. Stevens looks frustrated with the call.
Yeah, great defense there from Oturu. Lamar tried backing him down. Oturu went straight up, got the block, and fighting for the offensive rebound. Lamar Stevens picks up the foul.
Penn State leads Minnesota 71-68 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second half. We have a real close game now.
Yep, we didn't really look like it at the start of the second half, but we've certainly got ourselves a good one here. And as we mentioned, both teams in the bonus now for the rest of the game. So Oturu at the line shooting 2.
As Oturu's first shot is up, and he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound to Stevens as he brings the ball up and finds Curtis Jones Jr., who brings the ball over the half-court mark. Jones Jr. on the right side gets a screen from Har, hits Stevens on the left wing, who finds Har at the top of the key. Har dribbles left, fakes the handoff to Dredd, finds Stevens. Stevens goes up, and it is foul. He is fouled as he makes the shot. But I believe the refs might call this one out on the floor.
Yeah, not sure if they got that one on the floor or not. Lamar going to the line regardless of it. Actually, I think they're going to count it. Scoreboard showing 73 now. Looks like they're going to count it as an and one.
Yes, they are. They gave Lamar Stevens the continuation, which they should have. And now Penn State leads Minnesota 73-68 with 4:07 left. Both teams 8 fouls as Lamar Stevens looks to complete the 3-point play. 28 points so far from Lamar Stevens. His career high is 31. And Stevens' free throw, he knocks it down. Penn State 74, Minnesota 68, 4:04 in the second half. Carr bringing the ball up for Minnesota. Top of the key gets a screen from Oturu. Double team by Stevens and Wheeler. Finds Williams on the right wing. Williams drives, looking, finds Oturu. Oturu now on the right wing. Guarded by Dredd. Drives right. Looking for a pass. He's double teamed by Stevens and Dredd. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebound out to Curtis Jones Jr. as he corrals the ball. Slows it down. Looking for Stevens. Can't find him. Still dribbling the ball. Now finds Stevens on the left side, who throws it to Har at the top of the key. Har dribbles left. Hand off to Stevens. Guarded by Oturu. Stevens looking for a lane. Goes. Pump fakes. Finds Dredd at the 3-point line on left wing. Dredd sidestep. And he drills the 3. Miles Dredd extends Penn State's lead to 9 points as they are up 77-68 on Minnesota with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to play. Timeout, Minnesota, as
the most valuable skills you use to do your job?
Without question, communication. The wide-ranging people that I interact with on a daily basis, from your players to your coaching staff, which is older, to the front office personnel, to the agents of all these players, the high maintenance agents, and then to the fan base, which is typically older. So communication, without question, being able to have productive conversations with different wide-ranging groups of people is really important.
What is the biggest downside of your job?
The hardest part of my job, downside of my job, is that you're typically the bad guy. You can only play 5 players in basketball at the same time, so there's always people that crave more playing time. There's always people that desire more. So the downside of the job is that as the boss, you make a lot of decisions and you can't keep everybody happy. And so it's at times a difficult life lesson to realize that you're not going to keep everybody happy. Not everyone's going to love you. Not everyone's going to, truly want to be your friend. And that's not always easy in a leadership position, knowing that people, you can't keep everybody happy.
Share an example of how networking worked for you.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I spent 24 years at the collegiate level. Late in my career, when I was the head coach at Indiana in the Big Ten, I coached and recruited a player by the name of Taylor Agler. Taylor Agler's dad was Brian Agler, who is a longtime professional coach, one of the most successful women's basketball professional coaches in the history of our sport. He got to see me coach his daughter, recruit his daughter up close and personal. So that relationship really flourished. When I left Indiana and transitioned from college to the pros, he was the head coach who hired me in LA. It's a small world. The basketball is a very small world. Everybody's connected, but that networking, obviously coaching a daughter of a current professional coach, ended up opening doors for me at the professional level because he got to see me up close and personal coaching his own daughter.
What is your advice for breaking into the industry?
It's the hardest part. There's a lot of doors closed, and so my advice is to keep knocking on those doors. It's not always what you know, it's who you know early on. And then my advice is, if you get the opportunity and the door cracks open for you, to take advantage of it and create your own path then. And then that's when your work ethic, your ability to grind, your loyalty, all the attributes that everyone talks about, what's so important, then comes into play. But it's not always what you know. And a lot of times it's who you know. So networking, and then just not getting discouraged. The hardest thing in coaching and in basketball in particular, where I can talk the hardest thing is getting your foot in the door. It's easier then to stay in the game because of your talent, your work, how hard you're going to work and that way, but it's really, really hard to get in. So don't get discouraged when doors close and you don't get that shot. Keep networking until you get an opportunity.
What makes you unique from others who have a similar job?
One, I believe that I've had success because of my preparation. Everybody works hard, but I've really grinded. I sacrificed a lot of things in my personal life with family and friends at times. I think that my ability to grind, and it's a lifestyle, not a profession. It's truly a lifestyle in my mind. It has really separated me from some, is my ability to prepare and the ability to outwork people.
What is your compensation?
Currently, renegotiating as we speak. Had a really good productive phone call today. So I know what I hope it is next year, but currently $325,000 per year.
What advice would you give to new coaches entering the industry?
My advice is that, there's no such thing as luck. Luck is achieved when preparation meets opportunity. And so be prepared for that opportunity, and take advantage of it. The other advice for me is, some people will mention loyalty. Some people will mention different attributes first. For me, I'm always attracted to people that grind. I want to be surrounded by people that are going to work hard. I want to surround people that are going to be proactive and not reactive, and look for things to do even when it might not be in their lane. Not being afraid to just be a sponge and absorb everything. But I'm really attracted to people that are willing to work. And so my advice to young people all the time is that it's a lifestyle. Coaching's a lifestyle. It's not for everyone. And you have to have sacrifices, and there's sacrifices to family and friends. And if you're not willing to do that, you may not be in this profession, may not be cut out for you.
What is something you would have done differently?
That's a good question. What would I have done differently? I would have, ironically, it kind of counters some of the things that I just have been sharing with you, but what I would have tried to find a little bit of balance. I would have tried to find more time for family and friends, not skip that vacation with a family, not skip that holiday with a family, one night at the movies, or shutting your computer down and not scouting an extra game, or not going to a regional high school game to scout talent and make one more movie night with family or friends. Just try to find a little bit more balance without not changing who I am in terms of a grinder and how hard I work, but trying to find a little bit more balance.
Who gave you your first opportunity?
I was given an opportunity at Kent State University. They did not have a funded graduate assistant position when I was coming out of college. Fortunately, landed an opportunity of teaching racquetball and basketball classes while I was in grad school. But the women's basketball coach at the time, Bob Lindsay, the head women's basketball coach at Kent, didn't have a GA. So I asked if I could volunteer, and literally spent every moment when I wasn't taking my own classes or teaching my classes, I was in their offices. And he gave me that shot. I proved it over the first few months with him. And so he started treating me like a GA, even though I didn't necessarily have that title. And am forever indebted. One of the best coaches at the mid-major level in our game gave me my shot. I learned a lot from him in my year with him.